What's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 72 of the Offshore Gamescast. I'm Dave.
And I'm Dylan. I was waiting for you to introduce me. You always do. Not always, but for like the last 4 weeks, maybe.
Uh-huh.
That was the most normal intro we've had in 2 months, I'll say.
I just can't make it predictable.
Okay, today we are talking about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Well, you are. And Atomic Heart has gotten a release date, which we will talk about later. But first, our Season 3 finale is coming up on December 6th with Game of the Year 2022. We are going to fight tooth and fist. Someone's teeth is getting knocked out via fist.
It's going to be interesting coming up because we got some games releasing very soon that some of us might really, really enjoy.
Yeah. But we are having a bunch of people come onto our website, offshoregamescast.com, and doing guest posts of their games of the year. Dave, who are we bringing in?
Continued from last week, continuing on. We are just can't stop continuing.
Wow.
Right?
This is almost inspirational. Almost.
Never stop continuing.
Now that's inspirational.
Just like I Forgot I Owned That podcast. Every episode, Bianca and Trent bring a new game to the table and share their first impressions, hot takes, and random stories.
Also, Bill from A Gamer Looks at 40. Every week, Bill and a guest share their personal recollections over the last 30 years of gaming, one story at a time. It's a cool concept. I like that one.
Also, we have Ellie from twitch.tv/EllieBear117. Lately, she's been playing Lonesome Village, Resident Evil, and Ooblets. Go check out their channel.
We are happy to welcome the Video Game Club podcast with Slade, Joey, and Tim. They bring a new game every episode to do a deep dive on. It's kind of like a book club, but with video games. So
That's
it's cool.
And last but not least is the Switch It Up podcast. Nintendo superfans Tyler and Colby bring you all the latest thoughts and news on everything Nintendo and much more.
No Daves this week.
No Daves. Good. I hate competition.
Speaking of Dave and competition.
Oh, no.
Let's talk about our Guess the Game this week. You have been destroying me.
But Dylan, I got a good feeling.
I'm 4 down going into this week, I believe. And I'm pretty sure that's where I'm at. I've been falling apart. So
you just keep hitting eels. What are you up to?
Eels?
Yeah, I'm on the escalators, bro.
Eels and escalators?
Hell yeah.
All right. October 31st, 170.
Halloween.
Yes, very appropriate for Halloween. It was 5 Nights at Freddy's. That took me 6 tries.
That took me 1 try. It was pretty apparent from the first one.
Yeah, looking back at that one, I was like, fuck, I'm so stupid.
Look
it's
at this
so
distorted
obvious.
camera.
Yeah, I don't know what my problem was.
Falling into the beginning of the next month, November 1st, number 171 was LA Noire. It unfortunately took me 3 tries. I love that game.
It took me 4. I've never played it. November 2nd, number 172 was Castlevania Symphony of the Night. That took me 1 try.
That took me 2 tries. It was one of those situations where I was like, all right, let me just click the first option.
Yeah, I kind of figured it was Castlevania from what I saw, and I just know Symphony of the Night is like the big one.
A popular, yeah. After that was on November 3rd, number 173, Age of Empires 2, The Age of Kings. That took me 6 tries.
I squelched.
That was a hard one. I guess Age of Empires the first one as one of the guesses.
Yep. Me too. Mm-hmm. I did it pretty early on, and I said, oh, well, it's not the first one, so it must be something else.
I think it was once I saw Ensemble Studios. I was like, oh, okay. I get that makes more sense.
Yeah, I got fucked. November 4th, number 174 was Battlefield 2, 4 tries.
That took me 6 tries. Couldn't tell just which FPS game it was.
I would have expected you. I mean, I guess Battlefield, what was it, 2? Yeah, so that's an older one.
It said PC 2. I haven't played the actual Battlefield 2. I played the Bad Companies, and those are great. Coming up on November 5th, Number 175 was Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. That took me 6 tries.
That took me 3. And piggybacking off of this, do you see Ubisoft is still like, it's happening.
Delaying it. Yeah, I was like,
It's
guys,
not
we
canceled.
promise. Maybe like other studios working on it.
You can't pre-order it anymore, and pre-orders have all been canceled, but it's still happening.
Remember when this was supposed to come out like 2 years ago or something?
Yeah, I am fully expecting to never see this happen.
Yeah, whatever. Just stop wasting your money and go put it into Beyond Good and Evil 2 and make me happy.
I don't know if we're ever seeing that one either.
I hope so. If anything were to come out of Ubisoft, besides like the 40,000 Assassin's Creeds that I'm definitely playing, make it Beyond
Yeah.
Good and Evil 2.
Yeah, that the initial reveal for that game was exciting. And
Yeah.
then nothing.
Yep.
November 6th, number 176 was Darkest Dungeon. I don't know shit about this game and I squelched.
I got it in one try. That art style is just so just it screams Darkest Dungeon.
The picture screamed at you?
Yeah, I just looked at it. I'm like, I know that door, and that door knows me.
Okay, but the picture screamed at you?
Yeah, it's the Darkest Dungeon. I'm
I
just
think
like,
we're playing different things.
whoa. Either way, on November 7th, number 177 was Sonic the Hedgehog, which I got in one try.
I also got it in one try. It was just the lines that show speed and blue. It was like, all right, well,
That was the water.
is that what that was?
The first image, dude, that was the water from the opening intro before you hit the main menu. Like when you're
I
at the
thought it
main
was the
menu.
sky and the lines were like
No.
from the ship.
Oh my god. I can't believe you actually got that in one try if you thought that was just Sonic himself.
Well, no, I didn't think it was Sonic himself. I thought it was from the back of the ship.
Nah, dude, it was the water from the main menu.
All right.
No cap. Either way, we ended it off. Dylan, how many points you have?
Do I have to say it? I didn't do good.
Only so it could be heard and recorded and uploaded online.
33.
And Dave, how much did you get? Oh, why, thank you. I got 26.
I think this might officially eliminate me from this season.
Like, are you just disqualified at this point?
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm 5. You win. You're this season's winner.
If that's how it works. I mean, unless you can come back, what is it? Do we not have enough time left in this
No, that's
season?
what I'm saying. We don't have enough time. I'm down 5 and we have 4 weeks left of this season.
Double or nothing.
What do you get out of that?
I don't know. More pride when I win anyway. I don't know, man.
No, I don't want to do that because then if I did happen to like win out and we called me the winner because it was double or nothing, do you know, I'd feel like a fraud.
You are a fraud.
No, I refuse
Every day
to be
you
a
wake
fraud.
up.
Wow. Brutal. Vicious.
You wake up and you think to yourself, I'm going to win this week's Guess the Game. And it just doesn't happen.
I always open the Guess the Game going, I'm going to get this one on the first try. And I look at him, it's like, fuck. I have no idea what this is.
And then I'm hesitant to send you my score because I want to like psychologically mess with you, make you think I got on the first try.
It is kind of weird. Like we've talked about it before, but when one of us sends us our score from that day, and if it's like the first try, it's automatically like okay, like Dave knows this game really well.
Literally.
So what could it be?
Like, and if I get it on something like that's supposed to be real easy on like the 5th try, I'd be pissed.
Yeah, it's a game of nothing but loss for me.
Mm-hmm. It's fun though.
It is fun.
Yeah.
All right, Dave.
We got games to speak about.
We do. You have more than me.
I have some updates to start with. I've been still touching Elden Ring because I can't stop.
You're touching the Elden Ring?
I am, and I don't know when I don't know when is a good deadline for me to set to try to beat it. So like I've taken out 3 of the big shard bearers. I'm currently working on my fourth one. So I took out the Godskin Noble in the Volcano Castle.
Okay,
He was a
that's where I need to go next.
he was a pain in the ass.
Sick.
And I found out the easy way to get past him was by using sleep pots to put him to sleep. I was also using my Mimic Tear because he had the same equipment that I did. So we were just tossing sleep pots and he would just sit down and I'll just whack at him. Because he's got a real bullshit attack where he just floats up like a big ball and he starts rolling around and you will get hit over
Oh
and over and
god.
over. It is
Yeah.
not easy to escape from. But I took him out and now I'm at the next big shard bearer, Rickard, and he's really cool. And I've yet to take him out, but I've come real close. And that was after farming a bunch and doing like 7 or 8 levels of just farming from the hill thing coming up and
Yeah.
down to the Grace. But I want to be able to do as much as I can before I go up to like actually beat it.
I don't no, I just know I'm not going to have Elden Ring done before a game of the year. And
Mm,
I can guarantee it will have a top 3 spot for me if not my number 1 spot.
it is insanely well done.
Yeah. What a world we live in where I'm going to potentially call my game of the year one I didn't finish.
I feel like I would not be surprised at that. You put in games all the time that you like. I'm very much so like I want to set in stone. This is beaten before the limit, and like I'm putting myself up to this.
I want that. I want nothing more than to have the game done within the next month. It's just not realistic,
Yeah.
especially
Uh,
for like how I want to do everything before actually beating it. Like I want to explore that map as much as like not every single thing because obviously I'm sure I'm missing a lot of stuff, but whatever I happen to come across in my journey, you know what I mean?
mhm. I mean, for example, I'm taking the day Pokemon comes out off. I'm picking it up at midnight the night before, and I have the next 2 days off to play it straight. Like I'm taking my time to like really go through it.
Yeah, that's the way to do things.
Oh yeah, and it's gonna be amazing.
What else you got, Dave?
I wanted to give my little update in Marvel Snap that I've been playing.
Oh snap!
Oh, snap. So, officially, as of today, I believe the new season is beginning. I don't really know what it is yet, but I've
Did you
really.
finish like your battle pass deal?
So, the season pass, I've got all the collectible stuff. Oh,
Okay.
a new. Oh, shit. It's coming right now. A new season begins. At the start of each season, you lose 3 tiers.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. You cannot drop below iron. November 2022 season pass Warriors of Wakanda. Harness the power of vibranium with Black Panther in the new premium season pass. Check it out. So,
That
bam, it is
that makes
live
sense
right
as the
now.
Black Panther thing.
It does. I want to buy it right now.
Are you buying it right now?
I'm tempted to. Because now I have a reason to keep playing. Let's see, what is the black bit? Double this card's power on reveal, so it would go from 4 to 8. It's a 5 cost card. What else comes with you? Nakia. What else? Bunch of variants. Okoi, a variant. Ooh, that's a cool card backing. I have a Spider-Man card backing right now. And a variant Black Panther. Ooh.
It's just goes back to last week of you just looking through things going, ooh, look at this one. This one's cool. It's a podcast.
Literally, man. But like, oh man, this is fun. Like I just want to get it right now.
All right, what's the update on it though?
So, well, that's part of the problem. I was gonna load it up to show you like my stats and stuff, and
Uh-oh.
so I finished off last season at I think like rank 64. At
Oh, you got up there then.
once you hit 50, you basically collect everything that the season pass really has to offer, and anything after that is like a little loot box with either credits or boosters for one of the cards. So I got a few of those once getting like Miles Morales and all of them. Oh, it's so nice to see a brand new background of a new season. Okay, so now I'm ranked 20. I'm bronze. So I've already have stuff that I can collect. Sick. What's the other card
No,
backing?
it's Snap.
Oh, that's another cool card backing.
I don't know what I'm looking at there.
It doesn't matter. That's awesome because that is less progress I have to make. So I am currently ranked 20 in the overall, I guess, competitive, the Wakanda ranked rewards. I'm ranked 20 bronze, that's awesome. My collection level is 402. Last time I was around 250. I've really made progress to bring that up. I have a new deck that I have called Meta question mark. I started looking up some
Uh-oh.
stuff and seeing how
Ah,
certain
there
people
it is.
played.
There it
So
is.
my current deck is made of Electra, Squirrel Girl, Iron Fist, Bucky Barnes, Carnage, Mr. Sinister, Multiple Man, Wolverine, Bishop, Kazar, Iron Man, and Blue Marvel.
You don't
Which
even have like Sun Guy
no, I don't have
or
Sunspot. He doesn't work well for this
Sunblaze,
one.
Sunspot. Ugh.
He's dope. I don't have Watu either because this is a pretty decent overall. Like you don't even need those to try to get locks yourself down in certain spots.
What was the one you said? Duplicate Man?
Multiple Man. He's
Multiple Man?
he's an X-Men. He can clone himself and make multiple versions of himself at the same time.
That name sucks.
Whatever. You love Squirrel Girl.
Squirrel Girl sucks.
You sucks.
What were the other names?
Kazar.
Give me a cool one.
Sunspot.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's funny
Sunspot
though.
is like a spot on the top of a bald old person's head.
No, it's a spot of the sun, dude.
Mm-mm. Nope.
Look, it's funny you talk about names because I've actually taken a few screenshots of players I've played against because I liked their usernames.
It must be better than Sunspot.
So if you're out there on the Marvel Snap Iverse and you come across an icon of Cyclops, I mean, and the name is Timothy, you might be playing against a member of the Offshore Gamescast.
Yeah, of course, they would think that, Dave from the Offshore Gamescast is Timothy in Marvel Snap.
I didn't pick the name, but that's just what I'm playing as.
You are the fraud here this whole time.
Well, tell me what you think of the people I've played against, their name, their
All right.
choices.
All right.
We got Shampoo Master.
That is better than half of the superhero names you've read off to me.
The Dentist.
That generic.
Mr. Pibbles.
Appropriate for a pet.
Hand Soap.
No, that one sucks.
My Leg's Broken.
All right. I'll give that one credit.
That was the one that got me into doing this because I was like, all right, there's some pretty funny ones on here.
What's up with the soap thing or the shampoo?
I
What's up with
don't
that?
know. They both had Abomination avatars, so
That
imagine it
is
was the
even
same
weirder.
person. Oh, I'm so tempted to just get the new season.
I feel like it'd be worse if it's the same person.
I don't know. I have come across the same person almost back to back.
What was the first one? Shampoo Master and then Mr. Soap?
Hand Soap and Shampoo Master.
If that is the same person, that means they had like hand soap and they were like, maybe I should switch to something better. Shampoo Master.
I might have an idea here.
That's it's a little sad.
What are you gonna do?
Talk about it on a podcast.
What do you got to talk about?
On Halloween, I spent the night playing the Mortuary Assistant.
Ooh.
Which this was a horror game that came out earlier this year and kind of blew up on YouTube a lot. But I have avoided it because I knew I was going to play it at some point. Let me tell you about this game. Okay, so you start off as someone. I don't remember her name, but she was newly hired as an assistant at a mortuary, and you're out to like breakfast with your mother, and she's all concerned about the place you're going because it's like seedy. The visuals in this opening cutscene and the animations of like the mouth moving is really bad. Like it looks like a very old game. It gets better once you're like actually there at the mortuary, and so right off the bat, it like the doctor that's there. Are they doctors? Do you? I
Yeah.
assume you need to have like
If you're
some sort
doing
of
an
doctor
autopsy
knowledge.
on me, you're a goddamn doctor.
Okay, so the doctor that's there, he's the guy that like you're working for, is kind of instructing you on what to do, and he's just very weird. He's just like kind of standing there and just stares at you the whole time.
Yeah.
But
Just count the toes again for me.
So he gives you a clipboard, and you keep looking at the clipboard. You can pull it up at any time to see like what task you're up to, which involves like going through the body to see where there's like injuries or marks or anything like that.
Or light bulbs.
No light bulbs. I have
Oh, okay.
maybe at some point. Then you have to sew their mouth shut. Then you have to like pry their eyes open and put these eye caps in there, and then
This
close
has
their
got to be
eyes.
on Steam.
It is.
Okay.
Then what was the next step? I think the next step
Mm.
was cutting open their neck a little bit, like the side of their neck, and pumping a bunch of fluids into it. And then you sew that up, and then you cut a hole in their tummy with like a big vacuum tube. And you're like doing some of that. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
remember if you're draining them there or if you're pumping them up with something. You're doing something. It's all very gross.
That's a lot.
It's like if you're queasy, you probably shouldn't play this game.
You're queasy.
I'm not queasy.
Queasy looking.
Oh man, you're mean today.
You just get some ice, dude.
What? Why? Because I'm hot?
No, for all these fucking burns, idiot.
Shit. All right.
Oh my god.
So as you're doing this, you're going through the steps. You're not done yet, but then something kind of falls off like a shelf on its own. And you're like, huh, that's weird. And then the doctor's like, why don't you go home? I'll take it from here. And you're like, are you sure? Like, did I mess something up? He's like, no, you did fine, but go home. I go, all right. So you go home, and then he calls you in like the middle of the night. He's like, hey, yo, you got to come in. I got to tell you something. I'm not feeling well, and I need you to take care of these 3 bodies that just came in. You're like, all right. You get there. Door locks behind you immediately, and he calls you from like on the phone that's there. He's like, all right, listen. I'm sorry I didn't see it earlier. You got like a demon attached to you. You got to find out to get rid of them. You got to find out what their name is, which you do by like finding sigils across the mortuary as like things are happening.
You gotta say the name.
You have to find out what body they are attached to that was brought into the mortuary, and then you have to burn that body to get rid of them. Now, of course, naturally, your character's reaction to this is like, you're a fucking psychopath. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm calling the cops. I'm getting out of here. And he's like, just trust me. So you're locked in there completely. So you're like, well, I might as well just work on the bodies then, get out of here so they'll let me out, and then never come back. This is where the creepy stuff starts.
Mm-hmm.
All of the scares in this game are randomized. So, like, if we were to both play through the first night, we would have completely different experiences. We probably have different demons, different scares happening around the mortuary. Some of them are kind of cheesy. Where it would be like, oh, hey, look, there's that shadow that moved through that doorway over there. It's like, okay, like, typical. But then there are some that are
typical spooky bullshit. Am I right?
But the further you go, you have a notepad that you carry with you with a pencil in your inventory, and you can select it at any time to like scribble something. And they call this the best way to check like how far gone you are, like how much the demon has like latched onto you. Because the more that your random scribbles start to actually like draw something, the more it's like, no, you gotta hurry up here. Like bad shit's happening.
That's kind of cool.
And the further gone that you get, the the worse the scares start to get. Because like the more you're kind of losing it. So it will start out as like, you know, like a shadow walking, but then like it doesn't help that when you're working on the body, like it gets very close to the face. And you're just sitting like doing the task and you're like, something's gonna happen. I know something's gonna happen here. But then it doesn't.
Yep. Mm.
But then
Okay.
like you start working on a body and like you turn around for a second, you turn back and like the body is like its head is moved on its own and like stuff like that starts happening. And there was one very legitimate scare that got me
Sounds
where
like it'd be good for a VR.
oh god, this in VR would be really bad. Like not bad as in like bad to play, but terrifying.
Yeah.
But one scare really got me where like I turned around and at the corner of the bottom of this hallway that like shoots off was a very terrifying, like almost like exorcist type face. You know, the girl in the exorcist was all fucked up and possessed. Just
Yeah.
sitting there in the corner, like looking up at me and smiling. And I was like, oh, okay. I need to go to this. Because typically when weird shit like that starts happening, you kind of have to like go face it and a sigil ends up coming out of it. So I like went towards it and it kind of like shrunk off. And like the hallway started to like come back to light up. I was like, oh, okay. It was just something silly. And then it jumps out at you. It's like done in a very smart way to like, it makes the jump scares a little off timing. And like once you get your guard down, then it jumps out at you. It was,
Okay.
and that one like legitimately got me of like oh my god, like goosebumps all over. Like that one got me. I did have one issue where I don't know if it's because I was moving too fast through it, where I started to like my character started to hallucinate that I was in a different building, and it was like a really fucked up one, and with like a creepy hallway and noises were happening. So I was like, I'm just gonna sprint through this to get through it as quick as possible, find the sigil, get out of here, and get back to the body to burn it.
Hmm.
So I started to, and a door opens right next to me, like as I'm running by it. And my first reaction is, nope, shut it. I don't want anything to do with what's going on in there. So I just immediately shut it. And I don't know if that fucked things up because I then went to a room where it was a dead end and I couldn't go back because I tried multiple times to open all the doors and I couldn't. This room had like its own checklist on the wall, like a big one, like mocking your clipboard. And it was like, oh, find this thing by the bed. And it's not there. I was like, oh, find the needle in the bathroom sink. It wasn't there. And like it was the third thing too that was not there. And I could not figure out what to do. I don't know if I fucked it up by closing that door immediately if something was supposed to happen there. But that kind of or it's very possible I was just completely missing something. But it was around the time where it's like about time for me to stop playing, so it was getting pretty late at night. So I ended it there and haven't played since. But I do want to play more of this game because it was like, especially for one of those random indie horror games that are on Steam, this one is good.
It sounds like a very interesting experience.
It is because it gets you into like the routine of doing the same thing. So these bodies like going through the clipboard, and it's just a lot of it is the suspense of like what's gonna happen with this one. And like I'll grab like one of them was a clown. He had clown makeup on him still. And I was like, this clown's gonna do something fucked up. And then nothing happened with the clown.
Oh, wow.
But then I brought like the normal looking guy next. And that's when things started to get like real weird. So I want to jump back into it for sure. But yeah, it's legit and it scares. It was a perfect Halloween game.
Okay. Me a little late to the game for a game that came out before Halloween. I finally started playing the new CoD.
You know, it's funny that you started playing new COD this week after last week we were doing nothing but talking shit about COD.
I mean, yeah, fuck it, man. I don't care. It's just like you get in the routine of buying COD every single year on release for the most part for like over a decade. You just do it. Like,
I don't.
that's cuz you don't do it.
Exactly.
So I do it. So like it's just you know.
Tell me
And
about it.
I feel like so the most interesting thing that I've noticed so far, I'm about halfway through the campaign and I put about an hour or two into multiplayer. It is like overall, it is the most like COD feeling COD I've ever played.
What does that mean?
So like down to the missions when you play through them, it just feels so average of like you're switching perspectives based on like a very specific 2 to 3 characters total. You have like the mission title pop up in the beginning, who you're playing as, all that sort of information. You're just following around, like you're still doing some cool set pieces, but it's the most like traditional feeling Call of Duty campaign at least in a while.
So this one doesn't have like there's Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare. That I know that like they did a whole Black Ops thing, but that didn't have a campaign.
Black Ops
And then
4.
yeah, and then Modern Warfare, the new one was supposed to be like back to boots on the ground, back to our roots. But the
Mhm.
those all kind of felt like they had their own spin to it. I know this is a sequel, but is this basically just like all right, we're just kind of continuing it now instead of having like its own thing?
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Okay.
It's just like, how do we take what we have and make it better? And it's like I'm not a fan of an Infinity Ward's multiplayer. Like I was a fan of Infinite Warfare, but like just like normal Modern Warfares and stuff like that, I wasn't. That wasn't. I'm a Treyarch boy. Um, but so far, like the 2ish hours I've played, I've had a good time with it. Like I still want to hop in. Maybe it's just like it's early COD. It's just fun to run around and just play this kind of multiplayer game from being so used to it. But I'm having a good time with it. It feels more what I would like and what I'm used to, more of like a run and gun
Okay.
than just like I'm gonna sit here post about a corner, even though there's a bunch of players that still do that. But that's more my speed of one that I enjoy.
Right. Yeah, I think we're both very much on the same page with what we want out of a Call of Duty.
Mhm. I'm surprised that I'm already halfway through the campaign because like I like that we're continuing on with these characters and like we're coming back with some of these characters that we've known well. Ghost is full front and center. Soap is here. Like it's cool seeing this from like a new modern light. Um, but it's just at the same time I know that it's gonna be like another 2 3 hours of playing and it's over. And then what?
Yeah, that could be. Yeah.
Like you only get so much time again. Like I know that the majority of time is put into these multiplayer things, and even now, so many things back in the day that came out at launch are still not coming out on release. But just the campaigns need some work. Bring it back up. Bring it to like a 10-hour campaign. Don't make it like 4 or 5. You know.
I I don't know if I am in the unpopular opinion here or if like this is frowned upon. I am not traditionally the biggest Call of Duty player. I really enjoyed the were they were back to back years, Infinite Warfare and Advanced Warfare, right?
No.
What was between them?
Black Ops 3.
Okay. I don't know shit about Black Ops 3. But I do
I
know
love Black Ops 3.
that I really liked Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare.
They definitely felt different, and like they because of that they had to focus on a different gameplay style, which people just ended up getting used to, of like a fast running gun as well, and that was just the thing back in the day.
Yeah,
But
I don't know.
those were good.
Maybe that's why I like them is because they're so different. And
Yeah,
I'm not like a traditional Call of Duty guy really. I've dabbled in them, but I mean, I'm just not big into them. But I want more of those. I liked those.
I like just classic CODs, just back in the day. I just give me World at War remastered. That's what I
The
want.
good days are gone, Dave. You have to move on.
Never,
All right. Well, most people don't.
bitch. Yeah, that's pretty much it for now. It's just COD.
Overall enjoying it, but nothing fresh to it.
Yeah, it's a fun like casual like this is my routine. This is just what I do every year. It's that time of year. Let me just play through my COD game and just move on.
Are you gonna prestige? Do they still have that?
It's I don't know how the fuck they do it. I miss the old prestiges. In Black Ops 3 I was like almost 10th prestige if not just under beginning the trek to level 1,000. But I miss that stuff. Whatever they do now, I just don't care. I don't care about gunsmith either.
So are
It's too
prestiges, are they
much.
not in it anymore?
I mean, I'm level something, whatever now, but it's like you go up by ranks, and I don't even know enough. I don't play enough of the multiplayer
Okay.
anymore to care that much about it.
So one way or another, you're not prestiging.
Probably not.
All right. Well, you know what is prestiging? Us into the news.
Dun 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 dun.
That was like the most depressing news song.
It's all I had on short notice. I only get paid so much.
Yeah, nothing.
Yup.
All right, let's start with I don't know how to say it. Onoma?
Either way, it sucks.
The studio was shut down. So this was Square Enix Montreal, which was purchased by Embracer Group and then rebranded to Onoma. I don't know.
Like they just picked their name, man.
Yeah, they just acquired the studio in August, which I'm sure is more about the IPs they were getting, but still.
Yep.
They just acquired it in August. They rebranded it in October to that name, however you say it. And now they're just like, all right, you're down.
We don't
They
need you
said
anymore.
they're going to be transferring as much staff as possible to Eidos Montreal to keep people employed. But from what I saw, this is going to affect about 200 people.
It's literally
And I
like
don't.
3 weeks before they picked their name, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah,
like, yeah, we don't
yeah,
need you. It's like that's fucked. Like,
yeah. That
it
part is
sucks,
like,
especially because there's so many. Like, think of what is it?
I don't know.
Visions, the Tony Hawk people.
Oh, uh, uh, Vicarious Visions.
Yeah, and like that sucks that they were just like, what are they now? Blizzard bullshit. Like,
Yeah, they're just a support studio. They're not making games,
I hate that shit.
which is basically what it sounds like. This is. I know that also. Is it Eidos Montreal or someone here is helping with Fable?
Yeah, something about that. I
So
don't remember.
I don't know if this is like tied in with that or something. I don't know, but yeah, bummer for those people that it affects and whatever projects they were working on.
Mm-hmm. Here's a fun little news story for me. Uh,
It's all for you.
we're getting a Marvel Snap PvP mode. There's a battle mode coming this year. It will let you play against your friends. Dylan, you're gonna have to download this game, and I will be kicking your goddamn ass.
Post game of the year, there was a much higher chance.
It will play slightly differently as each player will have 10 health, and the winner deals damage to their opponent based on what the stakes of the game are. I'm very excited to see what that would be.
So I didn't understand what that sentence meant necessarily, but you tell me if I'm wrong. I think what that's saying is because you're telling me about like the stakes and like the points and that affects your rank, like you gain
Yeah,
or lose. It sounds like it's that, but there's obviously not ranked in this, so it'll just like affect your opponent's health, and then that's how you win.
possibly. That sounds like it would be right.
That was my theory, but I wasn't entirely sure.
I mean, there's such quick games too. I don't know how like the you would obtain damage from the certain cards because you can play a good amount of energy, and if that it doesn't make a lot of sense.
I'm sure they have it thought through.
Hmm. Whatever.
All right. Speaking of whatever, this is a little mean. PlayStation VR 2 got a release date. Now, okay. So
I want
February
it, but I can't
22nd.
have it.
Yeah, February 22nd, 2023. So only a few months away. It is going to be $550, which, yes, you are understanding correctly. The VR headset will be more expensive than the PlayStation 5, which I get it. VR gets expensive, but something about that feels wrong.
Yeah.
Because especially because you have to have a PS5 to play this. So really you're looking at like $1,000 plus in
To
order to
play
play this.
one game.
Well, so I didn't list the games, but they did announce like I think it was 11 games that are coming to PSVR 2 along with all this stuff. You can pre-order it on November 15th. There is a $600 version which comes bundled with Horizon Call of the Mountain. If you want to, I assume that means they're charging $60 for it and you get to save $10 or something.
Probably. But then you're spending like what, 60, $70 on top of that in tax?
Yeah. Yes, you are.
Yeah.
So this is it's not cheap. And I think the thing that does it for me, I get that to have the best VR experience, you're going to need the wires, but after the Quest 2, I know it's like considered weak among VR headsets. I can't go back to wires. I can't.
It'd be so hard. And I feel like with the rate that some of these PlayStation games are moving to PC as well, what are the chances that they move to Oculus?
I
Because it's like Iron Man initially came out on uh PlayStation. Now it's on
That's
Oculus.
true. I mean, I definitely think there's a much higher chance of games like that than like the Horizon VR game. But
True.
yes, that is a
But
very
you
good
wait a
point that
few years because Spider-Man, God of War, those are Horizon are on PC.
that is true.
Hmm.
So I I also wonder that maybe in 4 years we'll be able to play Horizon Call of the Mountain on our Quest
I mean,
17s.
it might, yeah, whatever we have VR wise by then. This is an interesting deal we got going on here. Marvel and EA have a new deal where EA is to make at least 3 action adventure games, and they're starting with Iron Man. Each game will have its own story, and I find it funny how it's EA and Disney, because no more Star Wars games for EA, but now they can have Marvel.
Well, no, EA is still making Star Wars games, right? They're just not exclusive to them.
Yeah, but it's funny. But now all of a sudden, Marvel, EA is. I don't think they're the right company.
So I miss all this. Like when this came out, they were citing all the success they've had with Star Wars games with EA.
Really, that's
Yeah,
hysterical.
which I'm sure, like even if they were not all critically acclaimed, there were probably some financial gains there.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I'm open to this.
I'm
It makes
definitely
it
gonna
much
play them. Probably.
yeah, and it makes it a much less big of a deal than the whole Star Wars thing because at least like hey, if these games suck, we're still getting, you know, the next Marvel Spider-Man or Wolverine or
Oh
whatever else
God,
Marvel
yeah,
games are coming out by other people. So
yeah.
it's not like we're stuck with just EA and Marvel.
I'd love a modern day Iron Man game, like in a like open world. That'd be dope, flying around.
Maybe that's what we're getting from them.
Anthem again.
It's yeah, they're using their Anthem tech for this one.
God, I would not be shocked. BioWare is coming out with fucking Iron Man thumb.
Iron Man. I would play it just for the name.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Atomic Heart has gotten a release date, February 21st, 2023. So, also only a few months away. Did you watch the trailer, Dave?
I don't know if it was the trailer, but I watched the boss fight video recently.
I don't know. I didn't watch any of it.
I'm excited. I've been excited for years for this game.
Yeah, this game was announced like a long time ago, right?
Yeah. It's like Russian sci-fi BioShock first-person Dark Souls shooter.
Yeah, there you go. You riffed that off pretty accurately and quickly.
That's all that's my mind is thought when it comes to that game for years because I've just been waiting. I'm
Well,
excited for it.
not much more waiting, and also this just adds to the first like
Is
4 months of next year.
2023 gonna be the best year in gaming like 2022 is
I
supposed
feel
to
like
be?
so like I feel like the answer to that is like yes, but at the
Yes.
same time, we made that claim for this year. We were really hyping up this year, and then honestly, like there were good games, there were great games this year, but
Yeah.
compared to what we were expecting, was honestly kind of lackluster.
Yeah. I mean, Harry Potter alone, man.
Yeah, yeah, that's gonna be a big one.
Hmm.
I am glad though a lot is coming out towards the beginning of the year though, because
Oh
with
yeah.
with the way we do game of the year, when everything starts coming out in November, it's just like fuck.
Yup. Uh, Speaking of games that may or may not be coming in 2023, uh, Lionsgate CEO John Feltheimer mentioned in an earnings call that he'd like a AAA John Wick video game. I think that's awesome. I don't know how
Yeah,
they would do it. It would probably be third person, but I'd want it to be first person.
I
But
would think it would be third person.
that would be awesome. Are you please stop killing the dog?
It's, it would open up with dog dying, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
it would just have to be that.
I just we it's too much.
Are you about to snap and go full John Wick?
I know there's like think of I want a multiverse like John Wick multiverse like Spider-Man multiverse movie. There's a John Wick out there who goes around killing dogs.
Oh God, I don't think that John Wick would get along with the actual John Wick.
No, and that's the big villain.
I was gonna say that right there is a movie in and of itself.
Hmm.
But yeah, I would absolutely be down for this. I was disappointed when it was like, oh, there's a John Wick game coming, and then it was John Wick Hex. Like,
Yeah, I
no
could
hate
see
to it.
them do like a modern Max Payne 3 and just reskin it and make it John Wick.
I'd be down for that.
I feel like that'd be pretty all right.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we find out sooner rather than later.
What is happening sooner rather than later are the notable game releases of the
No,
week.
no, no, no. You are skipping a news story.
Yes, I am.
The new Kojima game has added another actress. I don't know exactly how to say her name, but Shioli
Shioli
Kutsana.
Kutsana.
She played Yukio in Deadpool 2, which is, I believe, what her most notable
Mm.
role is, at least for me. So she has been announced that it was like a who am I and who was the first person? Elle Fanning, and then where am I was Shioli Kutsana, and then there was a third one, a third question that I don't remember with like another question mark over it.
Why am
So
I at
it's
7-Eleven at 11 p.m. at night?
no,
And it's
no,
Seth Rogen.
no. It was actually I thought it was kind of weird that it was like where am I, and the answer was Shioli
Person.
Kutsana. Like what is that? I don't know what that means. But
Some
there
Christopher
seems to
Nolan
be
shit.
a third person that is being teased, so I guess we'll have to wait and see on that. Also, I didn't put this down, but Kojima's been talking about like, yeah, people, all these companies
The
want to buy us,
Do you
and
hear
I'm
what he
like,
said about the abandoned rumors and
yeah, he
the
was also like,
Hassan
I'm not
shit?
involved in that. What are you doing?
I got ADHD, man. I started picking up my Rubik's Cube.
You got to put that down
Why?
because all you hear in podcast audio is.
God, you're such a brainist. How could you?
Oh. What's a brainist?
You're against brains.
No, I am all for brains, but I'm also all for ears and audio quality in a podcast.
All right, look, I'll be done in a second.
One. Oh, hey, wow, that was actually, there you go. That was a second.
Yeah, I told you.
I don't remember what I was talking about. Kojima. What was I talking about with Kojima? Oh,
Where
yeah.
am I?
People. People people want to buy Kojima Productions. By people, I mean companies. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm getting offered a lot of money." And I'm just like, "No, I don't want you."
No, I'm me. Come listen to my
Yeah,
podcast. My best friend is
yeah.
not Jeff Keighley.
They're definitely best friends.
In Keeley's mind.
And Keely's, but I could see Keely being like, "Kojima, you're my best friend." And Kojima's like, "Uh huh."
Kojima's like, I let American guy into my
Yes.
video game again.
Yeah, I see that being a one-way street.
Yeah.
All right, now we can do notable game releases.
Sorry, I must have been too fast. Because on November 8th, 2022, Sonic Frontier
Wow, did you
releases
hear?
on
There was such
PS4, PS5,
speed
Xbox,
coming
Xbox
in.
Series X and S, Nintendo Switch, and the PC,
That
the
was
personal
all speed.
computer.
It was all
Speed?
speed.
I am speed.
You're a drug?
Now come on, boy.
Also releasing this week, one day after Sonic Frontiers, is God of War Ragnarok on November 9th on just the PS4 and PS5, which has been getting extremely well reviewed across the board.
Everybody's saying it perfect.
Yeah, you get an occasional 9 out of 10 instead of 10 out of 10.
I'll be picking it up at midnight tomorrow. So
Yeah, that
today,
tomorrow.
no, whoever's listening to this right now will be the day that I'm going to pick it up at midnight.
Technically not. The person that's listening to this day of release.
It'll be November 8th at 11:50 fucking 5 p.m. bitch, and then that's the same goddamn day, and then it's the next day. But I'll already be in the store.
So?
And I'll have it. Maybe they like me. Maybe they'll give it to me early because I'm nice.
You have not been nice all episode.
I made friends with the dude at the store today when I paid off my games. I got an in already.
Oh, you got an in.
Oh yeah, they're doing the lottery, and I'm gonna win it.
Oh, so I hope someone wins the lottery.
Someone better win this fucking Powerball.
For context,
That's
we
your
both
homework.
sell. Yeah, we both sell lottery in retail stores, and it's a complete nightmare.
$1.9 billion fucking dollars. No
Imagine
one who
working.
knows how to play lottery is
Yeah,
everyone's gonna be playing. They don't know how.
everyone walks in not knowing what they're doing, had to ask for it, and every single person that walks into the store talks about it.
The amount of mistakes I've already made because people they wait that extra second and I hit the button. They're like, and with the power play, I'm like, you son of
Yep,
a bitch.
that's a popular one. Or it's like, oh, can I get $20 on the Powerball? You do it on separate tickets.
On separate tickets. Some lady said 20 games, so I did 20 games. She goes, no, I wanted $20. And I go, then you shouldn't have said 20 games.
Yeah, it's so bad.
Like, oh my god, no one knows what they're doing. But they
And the
have to
amount
have
of
the
times
mistakes.
people come in and are going like, "Can I get 10 on the mega?" And we
And
have
you're
to
like,
go,
are you sure?
"Yeah, we have to go Powerball." Like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
whatever the big one is.
Oh, because you helped me out, I'll give you half of it.
Oh my god, every single person. I'll come back after I win. You gave me the winning numbers, right?
I'll think of you. One winning Powerball ticket, please.
Oh my. These are the winners, right?
Oh, you better give him the
Everyone's the
winners.
fucking same and they suck.
It's terrible.
It's so bad.
My machine is so much slower too. Like I tell customers I miss the New York machine.
Is it that bad?
It's god awful. We have the fucking games. There's two separate pages for games.
Oh, that's
And then
bad.
there's fast play, which is basically ticket scratch offs. Like once you print it out, you check if it's a winner or not.
So kind of like instant win on numbers.
Pretty much, but like it looks like a scratch off. Like you get like your numbers and you see which numbers you get and stuff. It's fucking, but it's like it looks like a scratch off on a ticket. It's massive.
Ugh,
Mhm.
gross.
Yep.
I hope everyone that listened to the end of this episode has been playing Powerball realizes what they've been doing to all of us across the country.
And this is the only time I end up playing, and I'll probably buy another ticket.
I went into a 7-Eleven the other
Because what
night.
if it's
And
tonight? Is as we're recording tonight. What if it doesn't go off? It's 10 p.m. I'm pretty sure it goes off at 11 right now.
yeah, it's going off right now, but we won't know if there was a winner for like another half hour or last time was like an hour because the website crashed.
Yeah.
Because I was sitting there scrolling, going, "Please, someone win! Please tell me someone won."
Page not found.
Okay, so it crashed again. That's wonderful.
1.9 billion results pending.
Yeah, it's
Cash value is 929.1 million. It's almost a billion. It's literally just half.
yeah.
Somebody win the fuck out of this so I don't have to. People keep telling me, and they're like, "Oh man, like a lot of people have been playing them." Yep, and the more they keep playing, the grayer my hair will get. Somebody win this fucking game.
Yeah, this one. It's a doozy. All right. On that note, we'll see you next week. Only a few more weeks until Game of the Year, which is exciting.
1 week till we talk about Ragnarok, and 2 weeks till we talk about Pokemon.
Shit. Yeah. Well, we'll definitely be talking about Ragnarok next week. Probably you more than me, because I am going to be jumping into Harvestella this week.
Yes, you are.
And then Pokemon, Sonic at some point, and that'll pretty much be a wrap. Then we fight each other.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you numerous purple nurples.
Oh man, you win whatever you want.
I know you
I don't
can't
want
run
any.
that fast.
I can't. But can you? Are either of us fast runners?
Actually, I am.
Oh, I'm not. And I have like no lung capacity, so I'll run for like 2 seconds back. All right, just give me a purple nurple.
Oh, I can sprint, but I will catch you.
Yeah, you'll. I'll just give up.
I appreciate it.
No problem.
Game of the Year. The official Offshore Gamescast Game of the Year is